Okay, this is from April the 3rd, 2020, and I hosted a quiz for Whitbread that went out on various Facebook pages under their Whitbread branding, Brewers Fair, etc. And it was a big quiz, pen and paper quiz that everyone could do at home, and I was the first host of this new big quiz that they set up during lockdown. So I literally had, I think, a couple of days' notice, if that, to kind of go through the questions and to record it. It's a very quick quiz, but it was still finding its feet. And if anything, perhaps they could have added a few more questions, and we could perhaps slowed it down a little bit. But you know what? The idea was to get that quiz out for the Friday of that week. And we did just that, recorded here in Birkinshaw in Bradford. So, do you know what? I'm really proud of it. I think it had something like 31,000 views at the time. Everyone was playing quizzes, though, weren't they? It was just one of those things that people did during lockdown. But it was great to be involved with it. And the idea was that they used a different host every week as well. So it was great to be involved with that. And here is the quiz. Enjoy. Get your pen and papers at the ready, and let me know what scores you get if you didn't play 2 years ago. It's Friday, it's 7 o'clock, it's crackerjack. Well, not quite, but you know what? We live in different times, and we hope this big quiz brought to you by Whitley Neal will cheer you all up on this Friday evening. My name is Chris Benson. 25 questions coming up, 5 different categories. We've got food and drink questions, we've got history, TV and film, music, and general knowledge as well. And a special bonus question at the end where you can win one of 5 fantastic isolation gin hampers. More on that later. The only thing that we ask you to do is don't put the answers in the Facebook Live comments. Please don't. Make sure you stick on pen and paper, and it makes it absolutely fair on everyone taking part. But we do want to know what you're drinking tonight. What's your drink of choice? I tell you what, if I wasn't on Facebook Live, I'd be having a cheeky beer. I will be when I've finished. Let us know what your bar snacks of choice are as well. What mine would be probably some nuts, some nice nuts with a packet of crisps as well. But let us know what you're eating. Let us know your team names as well. We really want to hear from you. Anyway, this is my studio for the next half hour or so. I've renamed it the Eddie Large Suite, and Eddie, I'm sure everyone will be having a drink for you tonight as well. So get your pen and paper ready. Hope you're all going to enjoy this. We're here every Friday at 7 o'clock. This is the big quiz. Eyes down. This is round 1. Round 1 is food and drink. 5 questions on food and drink. So listen up, everyone. Question number 1. Are we all ready? Give me a cheer. Are you all ready? I can't hear you. Are you all ready? That's more like it. That's more like it. Right, okay. Question number 1. Good luck, everyone, and no Googling, because cheats never prosper. Question 1. Silverside is a cut from what sort of meat? I wonder. Silverside is a cut from what sort of meat? Alright? Give you some time to think about that one. Silverside is a cut from what sort of meat? Alright, 5 questions, remember, on each category. Question number 2. A vanilla pod comes from which flower? So, a vanilla pod comes from which flower? So, question number 2 again. A vanilla pod comes from which flower? Anyone on 2 out of 2? We shall see. Question number 3 for you then. Which country has the highest per capita rate of coffee consumption? So question number 3 again. Which country has the highest per capita rate of coffee consumption? Put an answer down, talk between yourselves, have a think. Who drinks the most coffee? Alright, question number 4. Which fruit is the main ingredient of Melba sauce? Do you know that one? Which fruit is the main ingredient of Melba sauce? That is number 4 for you. And number 5. Which dessert is named after a famous ballerina? So number 5 on food and drink. Final question in this round. Which dessert is named after a famous ballerina? Alright. Give you a couple of seconds to think on those. How have we all done in round 1? Time now for the TV and film round. Okay, 5 more questions coming up. Here we go. Eyes down. Question number 1. Which actor played the 7th Doctor in Doctor Who? So question number 1. Which actor played the 7th Doctor in Doctor Who? Give you some time to think about that one. Who was it? Long running show, of course. Alright, question number 2. Natalie Portman won the Best Actress Oscar in 2011 for her role in which film? So question number 2. Natalie Portman won the Best Actress Oscar in 2011 for her role in which film? Second one that. 3 more coming up in this round. Do you know that one? You say hello? Oh, my son's got a mask on. He loves Room on the Broom in a minute. Yeah, he's got these masks at the side. I don't know if you can see him. Question number 3. In the recently released Netflix documentary Tiger King, who is Joe Exotic's main rival? A lot of you all know that one. So question number 3. In the recently released Netflix documentary Tiger King, who is Joe Exotic's main rival? Alright, come on, put an answer down. Who was it? Number 4 for you now. How many series of Frasier were there? How many series of Frasier were there? Still being repeated every morning on Channel 4, but how many series were there? Rumours, of course, that it's coming back for a new series. And your final one in TV and film. What is the longest running soap on UK television? So what is the longest running soap on UK television? That's the 5th one in round 2. Make sure you put an answer down. It's time to carry on with round 3, which is history. 5 more questions coming up. Anyone think they've got full marks so far? Let us know in the comments how you think you're doing. How many do you think you've got right? Again, say hello. Let me know where you're playing from. But a reminder, don't put your answers in the comments. Right, question 1. In what year was Prince Charles born? So question number 1, I think that's a tricky one. In what year was Prince Charles born? First one in the history round. Alright. Question number 2. Who was the 2nd President of the United States? See, second question in the history zone. Who was the 2nd President of the United States? Some of you will know that out there. I know there's a lot of quiz buffs watching. Who was it? Question number 3. Who commanded Apollo 13 and was later played by Tom Hanks in the film of the same name? So who commanded Apollo 13 and was later played by Tom Hanks in the film of the same name? Alright, that's your 3rd one. 2 more to go in history. And your 4th question for you now. In which year was Nelson Mandela released from prison? So number 4, in what year was Nelson Mandela released from prison? You probably was torn between a few answers there, but what year was it? Put one down. Your 5th one is a belter, really is. In what year was the first Beefeater opened? In what year was the first Beefeater opened? So there you go. What year was it? Great question now. Right, that's the history round done. 3 rounds complete. 3 rounds complete. 2 rounds to go. Don't forget, we've got a bonus question at the end where you can win one of 5 fantastic hampers. Stay right tuned for that and details how you can enter. Question number 1 now in your music round. So I think some of these are pretty tough. This might well separate a few of you out there. So question 1 in music. Question 1 in music. Who was the original lead singer of Rainbow? Not Jeffrey Hayes' Rainbow and Zippy and Bungle. Who was the original lead singer of Rainbow? Have a think. Put an answer down. Alright. Question number 2. How many strings are there on a cello? How many strings are there on a cello? I tried playing the cello at high school and apparently it sounded like the back end of a cow when I played. I wasn't very good. But how many strings are there on a cello? Alright, 3 to go. Number 3. Who beat Ollie Murs in the final of the X Factor? Who beat Ollie Murs in the final of the X Factor? That's your third one. 2 to go. Number 4, we go classical. In which century did Mozart live? So in which century did Mozart live? That's your penultimate question in the music round. He's laughing at me! He's laughing!
This is my hiding place.
It's your hiding place?
Yeah, in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
I don't see us. I'm standing on
Oh, I might
you.
be able to see you, but I can hear you, you know.
Well,
Can you get in the job?
I
I think Arthur's your host for next week. I think you've got your host there and then,
I
haven't
just
you?
want to tell you something.
You just Right, on we go. Never work with children and animals. Your fifth one in the music round. What was the first UK number 1 for Take That? So what was the first UK number 1 for Take That? That's your final one in the music round. Make sure you put an answer down. Okay, 1 round to go. Let us know, get in touch how you think you're doing so far. Let us know what your team names are, where you're playing. Let us know what your drinks of choice are on this Friday as well. Also, let us know what your bar snacks are. Take us some pictures, send them all in on the Facebook Live. We really want to hear from you. And a reminder, we're here every Friday during isolation and during these times to help you get through and just to take your mind off things for half an hour or so. So please do spread the word, and I really hope that you're enjoying this quiz as well. Right, final round for you now is general knowledge. So final round is general knowledge, and then we're going to give you the answers and then the bonus question at the end, alright? So question 1 in the final round. What do you call a group of whales? So question 1, what do you call a group of whales? Have a think, put an answer down, talk amongst yourselves. 4 to go. Question number 2. What is the capital of Peru? And no, it's not P. I need the actual place. What's the capital of Peru? That's your second one. Of course, that's where Paddington Bear was from, weren't it? Peru. But what was the capital? Question number 3. What was the final score in the 1966 World Cup final between England and West Germany? So question number 3. What was the final score in the 1966 World Cup final between England and West Germany? Alright. Number 4 coming up for you now. Who invented the telephone? Who invented the telephone? Yeah, could be, maybe you're right. Put an answer down. So that's your penultimate question on the big quiz this week. And your final question, bonus question coming up, final question. Who is 4th in line to the throne? Who is 4th in line to the throne? Alright. Put an answer down. Write down who you think it is. I'll give you a few more seconds to check those answers. Are you happy with your food and drink ones and your TV? Have a quick look. Yeah? You sure? Give us a wave out there. Hope you've enjoyed the first big quiz. And a reminder, share the post with your friends and family. We're here every week to entertain you. Right, it's answer time. Food and drink answers coming up now for you. And be honest when you're marking these as well. Point per answer. And then at the end, you can feel free to add up your scores and let us know what scores you got as well at the end. So silver side is a cut of what sort of meat? It is beef. Yes, well done. Question number 2. A vanilla pod comes from which flower? It is an orchid. Question 3. Which country has the highest per capita rate of coffee consumption? Well, there's probably a lot of coffee being drunk in the United Kingdom at the moment now, whilst we're all stuck in. But the answer is Finland, apparently. Finland drink the most coffee. Which fruit is the main ingredient of Melba sauce? It is raspberry. So well done if you got that right. What dessert is named after a famous ballerina? It is pavlova, named of course after Anna Pavlova, who died in 1931. No bonus point, I'm just giving you useless information there. So, add up that round out of 5, see how you got on, put your score to one side. Well done if you got 5 out of 5. TV and film answers now for you. Which actor played the 7th Doctor in Doctor Who? The answer was Sylvester McCoy, of course, who finished the role in 1989 after the show was axed, and then of course it came back in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston. Oh, not forgetting Paul McGann in the middle. Natalie Portman won the Best Actress Oscar for the film Black Swan in 2011. I have seen it, I don't think I was that impressed with it, but yeah, Black Swan was the answer. Question 3, in the recently released Netflix documentary Tiger King, who is Joe Exotic's main rival? The answer is Carol Baskin. There you go. How many series of Frasier were there? Well, the answer was 11. And of course, Frasier was a spin-off of Cheers that ran for almost the same amount of time, but 11 series of Frasier there was. And what is the longest running soap on UK television? It is Coronation Street. Its first episode was transmitted on the 9th of December 1960, and earlier this year it celebrated its 10,000th episode. So well done if you got that right. Time now to add those up. You could be on 10 out of 10. If you are, well done. But give yourself a score out of 5 for TV and film. On to the history answers. In what year was Prince Charles born? The answer was 1948. Ooh, you were close. You were close, but not close enough. Question number 2. Who was the second president of the United States of America? The answer was... No, it wasn't Donald Trump. It was John Adams. John Adams was the answer. Who commanded Apollo 13 and was later played by Tom Hanks in a film of the same name? There's going for it again. It was Jim Lovell. Jim Lovell was the answer there. Question number 4. In which year was Nelson Mandela released from prison? 1990. Do you remember the song in the 80s? Free Nelson Mandela. 1990. I always thought it was a bit earlier than that, but 1990 was the answer. And what year was the first Beefeater opened? Well, I'll tell you. It was 1974. And do you know where the first Beefeater was opened? It was the Halfway House in Enfield, if you're interested. So there you go. 1974 was your answer. Give yourself a score out of 5 for the history. Well done if you've got 15. Brilliant. If you're 10 to 15, you're absolute stars. Music answers now. Who was the original lead singer of Rainbow? It was Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James Dio. There you go. How many strings are on a cello? 4. 4 was your answer. Who beat Ollie Murs in the final of the X Factor? It was Joe McElderry, of course it was. In which century did Mozart live? Well, Mozart lived in the 18th century. And your final question in the music round, what was the first UK number 1 from Take That? It was Pray in 1993. I know there'll be a lot of different answers for that. A lot of you probably put Could It Be Magic? But anyway, so a lot of you probably put Relight My Fire as well, but it was Pray. Brilliant song. So again, give yourselves a score out of 5 for the music round. How many have you got out of 20? One more round to mark. General knowledge. What do you call a group of whales? It's a pod. A pod of whales. Question number 2. What is the capital of Peru? It is Lima. Lima is the answer. What was the final score in the 1966 World Cup final between England and West Germany? It was 4-2. 4-2, of course, and that goal, did it cross the line? Well, VAR would solve that one now. Of course it did. Of course it did. Do you know what the mascot was called, by the way, for the 1966 World Cup? I'll tell you. It was World Cup Willie. Now you know. Who invented the telephone? It was Alexander Graham Bell. And your final one, who is 4th in line to the throne? It's Princess Charlotte. So you've got Charles, then you've got William, and then you've got George, and then Princess Charlotte. So 5 points, mark them out of 5 for your general knowledge. Mark them out of 5, and then give yourself a score out of 25. And let us know how many you've got in the comments. Now, did anyone get 25 out of 25? Did anyone get full marks?
Me, I got 25 out of 25.
You got 25 out of 25. This is my son Eric. You got all 25 questions right.
Never easy.
Easy? Oh no, we'll have to make it harder for next week, won't we? Oh, did you enjoy it though?
Yeah.
Good, that was the right answer. This has been the big quiz brought to you by Whitley Neal. We hope you've enjoyed it. My name's been Chris Benson. We will see you next Friday, 7 o'clock. Tell your friends. The big quiz will be back same time next week. From me and... What was that? What was that? From me and Eric, have a safe week. Stay at home. Look after yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.